noite, alunos, pais, famílias. Sejam todos bem-vindos a mais uma live do Colégio Satélite, essa proporcionada pelo programa Bilíngue. Que bom já ter cada um de vocês aqui, estamos acompanhando o chat. Bem-vinda Carolina, Yasmin, Rebeca. Boa noite, gente. Murilo, tudo bem? Felipe? Que legal ter cada um de vocês aqui com a gente. Nós vamos hoje bater um super papo com convidados especiais que aceitaram o nosso convite com muito carinho e batendo um papo sobre Londres. É isso mesmo, nós vamos embarcar para Londres. Então já deixa aí no comentário o seu nome, a sua turma, interage com a gente, deixa a sua dúvida, a sua pergunta, que a gente vai tentar responder todas elas. Combinado? Bom, ao final da live nós vamos disponibilizar um link, que será o certificado. Vocês vão preencher um formulário e receberão esse certificado via e-mail até o final dessa semana. A live será toda em inglês, porque nós estamos trabalhando duas habilidades muito importantes da língua inglesa, desse componente curricular. Nós estamos desenvolvendo a compreensão auditiva e a dimensão intercultural. Então, uma boa live, muito conhecimento, muita aprendizagem para vocês. Vou passar para a professora Nanda, para a professora Jéssica, que elas vão dar continuidade nessa live. É com vocês, meninas.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first live this year, of course, okay? Be welcome and let's have some fun. Let's learn more about London, and I hope you like it. You can put on chat some questions, some things that you would like to know about it, and that's it. Let's go.
Hello guys, here's teacher Ananda speaking. Be welcome to our first live. I'm here with Jessica, and we are going to make a big show for you, so have fun, and let's talk about London. First, let's talk about the location. Let's go. Here I have the globe. Here is Brazil. Where is Brazil? Oh, Brazil is here. Okay, guys, we are in Brazil. Now take your passports. Take your seats. And let's travel to London. This little island here. I think you can't see it very well, but it's here. It's very, very small. England is an island and is located in Europe, and it's part of the United Kingdom, and also is the Queensland.
Okay, we're gonna have some guests today. Deborah is the first guest. Hello, Deborah. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine too, thank you. Be welcome to our new live. Say hello, let's talk about your experience in London. You can talk to them, please.
Alright guys, so most of you probably have seen me in school already. I had the opportunity to live in London for a while I was studying for my master's in University of London. I just love the city. It was my second time there, and I think that it is just how could I put that in words? It's the kind of city that you don't expect to like so much, but then once you're there, you just love it. You know, it's like very passionate. You know, you get in love for the city. That's something that happens quite a lot when you are in there. So I was a student there, but I was studying for a master's. I had a great opportunity to be in central London, so my experience was a little bit what British people call posh, because I lived in a very posh area of the city. Like I saw Benedict Cumberbatch and I had the opportunity to see the princess and things like that because I was in a really well located place. And also I had the opportunity to study in a very nice place, which was, I mean, you know, I'm a history teacher, and I used to study just behind the biggest museum of history in Britain, which is the British Museum. So, like, when it was my lunchtime, I would get a sandwich and I would go there, see some things, and it was so nice. And I think for anybody who is passionate about history like I am, London is like a great city to be in there. And I think for now, for introducing, it's fine. I don't know if you want me to go for another topic.
Okay. And can you tell me more about your experience there? It's a monarchy country. Did you see more than this difference there? About people there, how are they? Can you tell us about this?
Sure. I think after Matthew can confirm for me, but it seems to me that British people love to have a queen. They talk about it a lot. So, for example, in Christmas Day, it's common for you to sit down in front of the TV to listen to the Queen's speech on Christmas. This is like a tradition. If you go towards the streets, everything there is like princess something, king something, queen something. So they really embarked on this trick of having monarchy until nowadays. But I mean, talking about politics, it works for them as well, right? Because they have organized themselves politically a long time ago, in 17th century, to be more exact. So it has been, 400 years almost that they have been having a queen and a parliament. So they can balance this power quite well, in my opinion. But what stands more, I think, about British culture is this thing that people like to be related or like to be have any kind of experience relating monarchy. As me, for example, I love telling people that I met the princess. I think it's like something that people usually pop their eyes. So yeah, and many things about their culture is also this idea of having a queen. For example, the horse. Matthew, help me. What's the name of the thing? Horseback riding competitions. I forgot the name of the thing. And you also are embarked on this cultural and monarchical world.
Oh, very nice. And tell me about monarchy. When you went there, it was so difficult to you to understand the difference, like here in Brazil and there?
Not really, but I'm a historian, so for me it was not so difficult, but I understand that it might shock many people that they have two different powers, the queen and the parliament, this is something that shocks some people, that they would have like balanced power, kind of, but it didn't surprise me so much. I think what I liked the most was trying to understand how their politics go, because they can change prime ministers quite quickly. And when I went there, it was the Brexit was quite recent. They were discussing Brexit a lot. Does Britain go away? Does Britain stay? Blah, 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 blah. So they were discussing a lot. They changed the prime minister while I was there. So this voting system, this was more difficult for me to understand than the fact they still have a queen to, govern them.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Now you, Elena?
It's up on you, on me. Okay. Matthew, it's a great pleasure to have you here with us tonight. And we couldn't be more well enjoyed, right, than a real Britain. And Deborah, tell us a little bit about the experiences, impressions, and stuff. But I would like to, from you, Matthew, we know that in Europe and some countries, the monarchy is very, very strong. But United Kingdom is on all of us. Why?
Good evening. First of all, thank you for inviting me to be part of this live. It's a great experience, so thank you. Regarding the monarchy, as you said, there are several countries in Europe that have a monarchy, such as Spain, Denmark, but the United Kingdom, the UK, I think is probably the most famous case of having a monarchy. Deborah mentioned something very important about having this balance of power. You have the Queen, you have the monarchy, and you have the Parliament. It's something that we've had in the current system for about 400 years, but a monarchy, I think we've had a monarchy over 1,000 years. So it's a system that's been evolving, changing, and it's something that's part of our lives, it's part of our tradition, our history. If you look at a lot of our ceremonies, a lot of our culture, it's based around the monarchy, and they are a part of our lives. The Queen is part of British life she's been the Queen for nearly 70 years. So we have this person, this figure who is constant. It's almost like it gives us security. It's something that you know will always be there. Prime ministers come and go, but the Queen, the monarchy, will always be there. And it's important to remember that the Queen is the Queen of the United Kingdom, but also 15 other countries, like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Jamaica, Barbados, many countries.
Yeah, I watched The Crown, I think Jessica too. We knew a little bit because of The Crown, it's a great TV show. And recently, the Duke has passed away. And a lot of people were questioning themselves, if he was married to the Queen, why he wasn't a king? Can you explain us a little bit about this doubt that people usually have?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a strange law made by the Parliament. Basically, no one can make a person a king. You can only be born a king. So by Prince Philip marrying the Queen, she was able to give him the title of Prince, but she couldn't give him the title of King. So it's a bit strange because when you have a king, he can make a queen.
Yes.
But not the other way around.
It's on my plans.
Yes. So it's a bit strange, but it's a sad loss, mostly with Prince Philip passing away, but he lived to 99 years, which I think he had a very good life.
Yeah, he was a long. Yeah, thank you very much. So it's good to know that you have to born a king. You can become a king. Good to know, Matthew. And let's talk a little bit now about tourist points. I have been in London in 2018, but it was a quick trip. I was there only 2 days, and I couldn't see too many tourist points. So I would like you, please, tell us, when we go to London, what places should we go? We can't miss this at all.
Sure. I have to say, London is an incredible place. As Deborah said, history. The city's been there for thousands of years, and you've got amazing architecture, amazing sights, things to see. One of the most important has to be Buckingham Palace, which is the Queen's main home. And you can see the changing of the royal guard with all the horses, the soldiers. It's an amazing sight to see. A tip for when you go, if you see the Queen's flag above the palace, it means she's at home.
All right, didn't know that.
But she can hide very well because the palace has nearly 800 rooms. So even if you manage to get in, you won't be able to find her.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hard to find her.
What's your favorite place there? Can you tell us what's your favorite place to stay there to have fun or?
There's so many places. One that Deborah mentioned as well is the British Museum. It's the oldest museum in the world. It's got an incredible collection of artifacts from all over the world. And best of all, it's free. Most museums in the UK are free. You don't have to pay anything. And if you do go there, take advantage. You've got the British Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the National Gallery, the Science Museum, which is a really fun, interactive learning, and it's great, you have to visit. Then there's the traditional tourist places, the London Eye, which is a huge Ferris wheel right next to the Houses of Parliament, so you have a great view of London, and you get to see everything from there. You can see the Houses of Parliament, you can see the palace, you can see many different things.
Very nice.
And I know Brazilians like to shop.
Yes.
So there's a street called Oxford Street, which is a paradise for shoppers. It's definitely worth a visit.
Great to know that. So always choose the historical places. It's always a good choice. I think that too. Deborah, João Pedro has a question for you. Can you answer us, please?
Sure, what's the question?
Yes, João Pedro asked it here in the chat about the accents, right? The Britannic accent and the American accent. Does it have too much difference or not?
I don't think, of course they tend to say water instead of like water, Harry Potter and things like that, like as if they had potato in their mouth, but it doesn't really have much difference. If you're going to get a Cambridge examination, for example, this is not going to unhelp you in any college exam, okay? But I think it's fancier, but no, there isn't much difference on the accent, and when you are writing, also doesn't have many difference. One tip is that American English usually uses Z, and British English usually uses S, okay? So I think that would be a difference. I just would like to add about the castles. You can see that most of the castles you cannot take pictures inside of the castles, okay? So for example, I went to Buckingham Palace and you cannot take pictures there because it's Queen's residence. And if you go to Windsor Castle, which is her favorite castle to live, you also cannot take pictures inside the castle, only from the gardens and things like that. So yeah, it's nice touristing, but not always you can take pictures.
Yes. I'm seeing if other students has questions. No, okay. So still talking about these curiosities, Deborah. I think we like to eat, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I would like to know, what is your favorite London food? Tell us a little bit the gastronomy.
It's a good question. I like this.
Yes, I would like to know this.
Food and drink. I think her favorite drink is tea. I just think that.
Her favorite drink, maybe. Yeah. When I was there, I ate something like fish and too much potatoes.
Yes, they like a lot potatoes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
know.
can't eat potatoes anymore because this trip. But we would like you. What is your favorite London food?
Tell me, Deborah, what's your favorite food and drink?
So, I think I'm a breakfast person, okay? My favorite meal of the day is breakfast, so I would be lying if I said anything else but English breakfast, which is quite complete, and I usually, it was my staple meal while I was there. But I also love fish and chips. Fish and chips is very good. And there are two drinks that I absolutely love. Tea, of course, and the British people has got a drink that they only drink in summer. It's only for 18 and over, okay? It's an alcoholic drink.
Really?
It's called Pizza Clock. I love Pizza Clock. I don't know how to describe, but it's quite yummy. And it is very nice because people go to the parks. There are some pictures there with me and my friends in Regent's Park, for example. You sit down, you have a picnic, and you drink Pizza Clock or wine, but I prefer Pizza Clock. It's very nice and it's super London. It's quite a London experience because Pink's factory is in London's area. So I don't know, Matthew can tell me later if you like other parts of the UK, they drink Pizza Clock, but I love it. It was my favorite drink.
Make a link about this because talking about weather as we live here in São Paulo and the weather is crazy here. What do you think about the weather there in London? Is it so different from here in São Paulo or it's kind of the same? Can you tell me more about this, the weather?
I can't hear you guys, just for you to know.
Hear me now? Yes? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, hello? Can you hear me, Deborah?
Can you
Yes,
hear me?
Deborah?
Can you hear us? Wait.
Guys at home, can you hear me? No? Deborah? No?
Can you hear us? I think it's just me, right? Okay.
Okay, can you hear me? Now you can hear me? Okay, talking about the weather, as we live here in São Paulo and the weather is so crazy here, what do you think about the weather there in London? Is like here in São Paulo or totally different?
I think what I like the weather most about British weather is that they have very specific seasons. So this is different from São Paulo because São Paulo you have got the 4 seasons in a day. It feels to me that they have very specific seasons. So, for example, when it's springtime, the trees they all go and leave their pollen out. So you have clouds of pollen. It's beautiful, but gives you allergy. When it's winter, so you have no leaves on the trees, but it's so cold and it gets dark so early that everybody gets unhappy. It's normal. Like 4 p.m., everything dark. I used to get very depressed out of this. And then when it's fall, all the leaves there, it is very specific seasons. I think that's what I like most about London. The weather is quite tricky. For example, it usually doesn't snow in London, but when I was there, it snowed twice, and I didn't have any kind of hero that was good enough for snowy weather. So, of course, like 2 weeks, I felt a lot of cold. When it's summer, it's quite hot. So this is they have in common in São Paulo. It's quite hot in summer, but summer there is 1 month. It's only July. August is already, yes, Matthew is laughing, but it's because, 20 degrees for me is not hot anymore. For British people it is, but for me it wasn't. So I just had 1 month that I didn't need a jacket. All the other months, you need a jacket.
What about the summer? Is it very hot there? Or
It is. Yes, yes. That's why everybody goes to park. Summer there, guys. If you ever go to London, go in summer because summer is amazing because the sun goes down at 9 p.m. So you have the whole day for yourself. The museums, the touristic attractions, they all go long hours of working, and the weather is amazing. So it's nice. It's not so hot like, for example, in the city center of São Paulo, because they have many trees in London. They have many parks, so this cools down a little. And in summer it's hot. You can go with dresses, you can go out without a jacket, etc. But spring, autumn, and winter is cold. I guarantee you that because I was cold there.
Okay, thank you very much.
I have a question. A question that everybody do. Can you hear me?
Can you hear Ananda? Yes.
All right. In São Paulo or London, where can we feel colder? In London or in São Paulo? During the day.
London. Yeah. It is, I mean, there used to be days that I would go out with. The thing is, everybody, places inside like the tube, buses, libraries, museums, they are all really well heated. So inside places, it's nice weather, but outside is super cold. So what happens is that you have got 3-4 layers of jackets that you want to take out once you are in the tube, once you are in the library. So it's very uncomfortable. The thing is, it is super cold, but it's a little bit uncomfortable. Here, at least, everywhere is cold. It's quite democratic.
Nice, thank you very much, Deborah. Now, Matthew, I have a question for you. Let's talk about university in England. Can you tell more about this? How Brazilian students can come there and study, certifications, these kind of things? Can you tell us?
Absolutely. So if anyone is looking to study in the UK, there are lots of great universities. You've got some of the oldest universities in the world, like Cambridge and Oxford, as well as lots of other different universities that specialize in certain subjects. So if you're looking to do a particular course, Google and find the best university, because there are lots of amazing universities in London, but also
Of course, right.
outside. Yeah. And English, obviously, is quite important. There's certain courses or certain certifications of English that are accepted at most universities, and they are IELTS or YELTS. It's IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge. There are a few others, but these are the three most important ones. Deborah, if you found any other course that was important for you, let me know. But they all test you on reading, writing, listening, and speaking to make sure that you will adapt to life as a student in English in England.
This is very nice because here at Colégio Satélite we have some certifications now at bilingual courses, the Cambridge one, TOEFL Junior. So I think they are in the great way, right?
Yeah, in a great way. What steps should we take now so we can study in a great British college? What tip can you give us?
Good question. The most important part is to know what you want to study. There are great websites out there to help you find the best university. There's the UCAS, which is UCAS website, which gives you advice about how to apply, when to apply, what you need to apply for certain courses, and obviously the certificate in English. But the most important thing is you know what you want to study, and then there's so much information out there that can help you then find the right university for you, whether it's in London or somewhere else in England, in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. There are plenty of great universities to study at.
Matthew, Guys, now I'm gonna answer some questions on the chat, right? Let me see here if you have any question. Please send us.
Anna has a question, an interesting question. Deborah or Matthew, happens to you a case of xenophobia in London for being Brazilians? Ana Luisa's question.
I think I can answer this one better because I happen to be Brazilian. No, I didn't, but as I mentioned, I was in a quite secured place. I was in a student hall for international students, and I was in a college that usually receives lots of international students. So I was like in a protected place. So it didn't happen to me, but I have heard of cases that happened in other universities. For example, when you go to Oxford or Cambridge, when you have really, really high class British people, you tend to not be as welcomed because you are a foreigner, as if you were a British person. But I didn't suffer.
Yes, we have these kind of things all over the world, actually, right? Okay, guys, do you have more questions to them, to Matthew or Deborah?
Next question is a good one.
Okay, it's a bit off topic, but it's possible that this one, Colégio Satélite, bilingual program, yes, this is, okay. Competition for round trips with selective students that had a good grades. Not just good grades, but to have some fun, yes?
Yes,
of course.
Of
Okay.
course.
But you're gonna have today a competition, actually. So, let's play? What do you think?
Yes,
Yes?
it's a good.
Okay, we're gonna have a game right now, Kahoot, as you already know. Students here are crazy about this game.
Yeah, everybody asks every time, please teacher, let's play Kahoot every time, every day. So in this live, we're gonna have Kahoot. So access Kahoot.
Can you see the Kahoot screen there?
Kahoot.it.
Tells us if you can
Yeah.
see there. Can you see, guys? Yes? Conseguem ver aí a telinha do Kahoot?
Matthew, students has another question for you.
Okay.
As it's still charging the game, you can answer it, okay? João Pedro asked us, I have a question about the language and the Britannic English. I think we answered this question.
Yes, the British English.
Yes, about the British
answered this.
English. We
We
answered
have
it.
Emanuele once in London rural part, as beautiful as it's shown on the movies. I
Yeah,
guess
good
yes.
question. Sorry.
Yes. Tell me, Matthew, you can answer this one, please.
I'm British, so I'm a bit biased, but I would say yes. It's outside of the city, outside of the tall buildings and everything. It's very green. Lots of trees, lots of fields. There's some great parks inside London, like Hyde Park, Regent Park, some Kew Gardens, so you get to see some amazing green spaces inside the city. So go visit. It's a wonderful place, and you can see everything.
Yeah, on Hyde Park, I saw a lot of ducks, and I was like, too many
duck
from
there, look.
different places. I have a video in my cell phone that I says, "Wow, that duck has hair," because it's too much different. So the green, the animals it's wonderful, wonderful. Kawan has a question for Deborah. Deborah, what do you think about the British accent?
Oh, I love British accent. I think everything sounds fancier when once you speak British accent. But as Matthew said, I'm biased. I learned British English all my life. I like I always start with Harry Potter, guys. This was the runes for my life, and that's why I love England so much. Taking advantage that I'm speaking right now. Hobson had a question some time ago about student funding in London universities, and I know a little bit about it. So if you want, I can talk a little bit. Some banks, they have specific scholarships for, like Itaú and Santander, they used to have scholarships for you to study there, but it's not very common, to be very honest. There aren't many scholarship available for undergraduates. Undergraduates is the lowest level you get of graduation, which is the one that you take once you are out of the high school. So you are out of high school, you enter in undergrad, and there are very, very few studentship options. But there are many institutions that are not British that they give scholarships. So if that's your dream, achieve high grades, take an A. An A is accepted in some universities as an entering basis, and also get a good English certificate, as Matthew mentioned, at least like advanced level.
For your words, and now the game, okay? So this is the code.
Everybody's there.
We can
look.
start Kahoots. You like Kahoots very much.
Yes,
Now is the
everybody's there.
time. Let's play Kahoots.
Let's get started, guys. Let's go. Very nice. Let's go to the next one. Three, two, one. Very nice. You're so smart, guys. Let's go to the next one. We talked about this. A very famous food in London. Yes, very good. Let's go to the next one. Yes, she's 95 years old. Not so old, but
Yeah. People say that it's too much older, but
yeah,
she's not
100
that old.
something.
Yeah. Duke Philip was 99 years old. Is that true or false? If I read the questions to you, is it better? Okay, English is a monarchy country. True or false?
Very nice, guys. London people are.
London people are American, Korean, British, or Japanese. I think it's Japanese.
I think it's Korean.
Japanese. Japanese. So you can answer in the chat if you want.
The last question. Would you like to live in London? I'd love to.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess if I wouldn't have any children, I would. But
Yeah.
now
I don't know. I have to think about it. Oh, a lot of people say, no way.
no way. Wow.
You don't like
I
London?
think that is because it's very cold there.
Yeah, but cold is good. Look,
Okay.
rock lobster. Fancy
Fuzzy
Mercat, John
Mercats, the
Perkin.
second. And joyful hand. Very good, guys. So, you talk about the certificated, right?
Yes, guys, as I told you, we finished here the game, the interviews, right? We are sending right now in the chat a link, okay? You have to click in this link, and you are gonna to fill the blanks.
Yes, the form with the certification. Right?
And we are gonna make a certifications for you. Okay, now is the certification. You can use it. It's gonna help you in your grades, right? So please click in this link right now. And oh, Anna, it's too much late. I'm so sorry. We can play it at class after, okay? Don't worry. We can play it again.
Yeah. You can watch the live then, so that's okay.
Yes, don't worry. We can play it again in each term, so don't worry. Okay, so access the link to the certificate, fill the blanks, and you're gonna have our super certificated, okay? I would like to thank you very, very much, Deborah and Matthew, for spending this time with you. It was a pleasure. We had a little problem with the sound, but the next one we're gonna
Happens because we are in a live, right?
It's live, guys.
Yes,
Who
live.
knows? Go live.
Yeah.
And it happens, don't worry, okay? So a special thank to Jessica too, who is here with
Yes,
me.
thank you too.
To Adriana, who is our coordinator. To our directors,
Yes.
Alessandra, Robson, for this opportunity. We would like to thank you very, very, very much.
The students up there.
Yes, and you, the student. The students too.
And Deborah. Deborah is there. Thank you, Deborah.
Everybody
We
who
love
is
to
here.
talk to you. We have a lot of knowledge about London, about history.
The
of
sound
course.
techniques, the guys who are behind the cameras,
Erico is there.
and Isaac, thank you very much too. And now it's up on you.
Yes. Okay, guys. So say thank you on the chat to Deborah and Matthew. Thank you, guys. Congratulations about the chat questions, about your participation. It's so important to do these kind of things. And thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Yes. Deborah and Matthew, would you like to say something?
To Say goodbye.
Say goodbye to us, I don't know.
Deborah, okay, your turn, go.
I don't really just say have a nice night, guys. Thank you for this time to listen, the questions. And don't miss our history classes tomorrow, which will be in English. Just kidding.
I loved your idea.
Wake up for the class tomorrow, guys.
Okay, now Matthew, you can say thank you and goodbye. Your turn.
Yes, thank you. Thank you once again for the invite, and good luck everyone learning English. I hope you all get a chance to visit London, visit the UK at some point. And thank you Hobbs, and thank you Adriana for helping arrange everything. So wish you all a very good night and good luck with your English journey.
Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, Ananda.
No problem. Thank you too, Jessica. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Yes, the same.
Bilingual students, thank you very much for being here and supporting on the chat. We loved your English questions, right? And if you are not a bilingual student, please
Join us.
join us. Thank you very much and good night.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.